Hello people, I already hope that you checked the video for leak preparation because leak is part of onboarding. So this is outputs from our talks with LCPs. So what we have right now is onboarding, what we want to have as onboarding, for it really contribute in how we are doing integration and the level how we are working with people. Here what we need to do for it, so you can just go and check it. Something we implement in the way how we deliver onboarding, something we will implement in the touch points which we will have with you, and for MC level Elsa. And here you can find the role of each person in onboarding, who is finally responsible of what, started from LC level till MC level and NST. And here is onboarding itself. Here's the link for this video as usual. So onboarding, as I already told, started from the leak. We don't have only for OG, we also have for OG, ODT, IGB and IGC. Logic more or less the same, so the rest you can go and read by yourself. I will explain you the main concept of it. So we have 10 days onboarding, so it will be really fast, but also really practice experience for members. First, to understand what we are doing inside the organization. Second, to be involved from the first touch point. Third, to have already some results at the end and feel the development which they are having inside the organization. So we're starting right after leak, because on leak you will cover some of basic knowledge for ISEC, for operations. Also during the leak you will cover main important team touch points. Then on day 1 or on day 2, right after the conference, you should have area meeting. Here you have main touch points for this area meeting to cover operational timeline, operational process, how work with platform, and describe people one more time onboarding floor, and set the goal for onboarding per each team, per each member, per each stage, for them to feel this progress during all these 10 days. Just comment, I really recommend you to start telling people about onboarding on the leak for sure, but better start it on assessment center for people to be aware that they will have all these touch points right after. If you are thinking right now, oh, it's too much, people will not attend, sorry. Analyze how much time you invest in ISEC right now, and this is how much time people usually will put in ISEC, more or less. Maybe not like touch points in the whole team, but working with the piece and so on. So here is all touch points which should happen, and this is how we will teach people how to work also by themselves without specific touch points. And how you can be sure that all people will come. Set right expectations in the beginning about all these touch points which should happen, and also it can be a good part of selection of people, because if they will not be involved in any of these touch points during the first 2 weeks in organization, and they will not have results, maybe these people are not ready to develop themselves inside the organization and will not develop your local committee for sure. So day 1 and day 2 I already explained it, more or less the same for all of people. Task, you should make area photo and post it in your Instagram of LC and tag MC team. This is how we will understand that you are doing it. I also will have amazing tracking tool which I will put that you implement this or another one touch point based on the task and based on the results which you will have. As a result of this area meeting should be all members have expo account, because if they have expo account they will work properly with EPs. All members pass LD, so they understand from which point they're starting in organization. Second, all members in membership database, so we know all these members who will be inside the organization. And also don't forget to fill membership contract better on the link, but also area meeting can be these touch points when they sign membership contract, and it will be much more safer for you as LC. Next touch point is attraction, offline attraction for the people. When you explain brand of global volunteer, how to plan offline activities, how to run offline activities, and which GB projects you have with the partners. So you will increase also your work with corporations. And as a task, you need to run offline touch point of offline activity with people. It can be shout, it can be stand, it can be participate in the event. And also, you need to make a photo and post it on Instagram, tag MC, and how you can measure that you did it successfully. Each of your member have sign-ups, necessary amount of sign-ups to have one approved at the end. Um, how you can make it happen? Arrange this offline touch point beforehand. You already can do it. And then before 30 minutes or 1 hour before it, you collect people, you give them very fast all this theory, and then you go directly to the practice. Um, Day 4 and day 5, you start working with EPs. You have called them all. You need to contact EPs and you give them information, people information how to do it, how to bring EPs to the next stages. So this course will be efficient. And the task, you need to assign EP to each team member and team leader to put contact in Expo, so we know that these people contacted by members and team leaders. Make a photo of your working space and put it in Instagram, tag MC, and the result that each member have minimum one sale touch point arranged on day 6, and 80% of sign-ups in LC are contact. Also, here's 10 days. It's not 10 days in a row. It's 5 days, weekends, another 5 days. So on weekends, you have these gap days. If you didn't cover something, you can cover it during the weekends, and also for people to have a bit rest. And also, according to your LC reality, if people are busy during working days, you can move something to weekends. If you people are busy on weekends, you deliver something on the working days. Going to day 6, we continue work with people. Here all arranged sales touch points. It can be one-to-one or info session, so task person need to attend it. And before you give information about sales skills, you already cover something on the league, so you go deeper here, and the routine of people of as a sellers. So what they are doing, not only right now this one meeting during onboarding, but how this look like in the routine. Here you can find all these things which need to be covered in national educational cycle with explanation, and a bit later I will add all materials in synergy with my amazing operations. As a result, each member need to have a person applied on the opportunity. If you will go to the rest of products, you will see that there is another task or result, so don't panic. We adapted for each of the product personally with each MCVP. Day 7, international relationships. You explain what is it, how to track ICX, and so on and so on. As a task, members and leaders contact ICX site, and at the end, each member have accepted. Also, because it's very short task, you can put here working day when you will one more time contact all people which you have. All these meetings can be 1 hour, 1 hour and a half maximum, so it not be so overwhelmed for members. Day 8, team meeting. So here, team leaders run their first team meeting when they check onboarding progress. So as team leader, they are finally responsible for members get education. So they check that all people get all necessary information and have necessary amount of results on each stage. They check current state because you assign some EPs, maybe some of them a bit slower, so you check all of the EPs and you set next steps for each of person in the team what they should do next. We will have template for this meeting, so you just need to copy this template. Leaders just need to fill it with their teams, and then they tag me, and I understand that you run this team meeting. Really recommend to run these team meetings offline for sure. And at the end, each of team filled their meeting PPT. This is how we will understand that it's done. And also, one more time, make a photo and post it on Instagram to showcase all as you can Spain how you're running onboarding, how active and involved are your members. Day 9, consideration. Sign contract. You explain what is the contract, what is acceptance note, which is the deadline for payment, and each of the member should sign a contract and acceptance notes with their EPs. So at the end, what we have approved. Very simple. You already have process time. Most of the else is less than 10 days, so it's more than realistic to make it happen if you will support your people. And at day 10 they started to work with them after approved. As a task, you update information about EP in the expa, like when he or she going, where, and so on. And as a result, we have in expa all data updated about our proofs. And we finish onboarding. We not finish educational cycle, but we finish onboarding the basics with team day, when people who went through all this process already understood what they will do and so on. So they will capable to put to set the goal for all their term and to build a strategy how they will make it happen as a team. One more time, this is 2 weeks, 10 touch point, like less than 10 touch points. You can move it like to weekends or something, but first it should be in the same order. Second, you need to finish it in deadlines, not later than 2 weeks after people join organization. Also, to support a bit logic, why it is important, I will show you one spoilers, mostly for LCPs if they're watching this video. I really hope that you're watching this video. This is external proof why it's important to have education like this. We have 4 stages of learnings: I do, you watch; I do, you help; you do, I help; you do, I watch. And this is how the whole onboarding should look like. You give theory for the people, you show them the example, they watch, they learn, then you do with them, you give them some parts, then they do things and you give them feedback, you help them, and they're working by themselves. After onboarding, you're just watching and give them feedback. And also, here's a really huge difference between education for adult people and for child. Mostly still in university they use education for you as a child, but this is the main difference between education for adults and child, how to make education for adult people, because we're working with adults, to make it more efficient. That people should feel responsibility for their education. This is why team leaders are responsible for education. This is why it's also a selection for new members, for them to understand that if they will not fulfill it, probably they will not stay in organization. That we use experience of people, so they can provide really cool feedback about how to contact people, how to run activities, where you can find more popular space in the university, and so on. Also, the most important that we apply this knowledge immediately. You give theory, and right after you go and you work on these offline activities. You receive theory how to contact and work with the piece. You start working with them right now. Also, common reflection and evaluation on education blog. This is what we put in team meeting, so people not just taking education, but they also reflect on it and understood which progress they already have, and they have clear goals and feel progress towards them. This is why we have goal for onboarding process, so people will feel this progress and they will be more accountable and more goal oriented right after onboarding. I hope you understand everything. You can find it line in the letter which I sent you right now. And if you have any questions, feel free to approach. And also in the letter you find the questions, what should be done also from MC level to help you make it happen, like detailed agenda of the meetings or materials or something. Just If you have some ideas, put it. We will make it happen to support you during this process and during these huge changes which will lead us to successful summer peak.